Alright, and thanks for checking in with the New England Weatherlife.ning.com on this not-so-snowy Monday afternoon. This is the technical discussion being recorded at about 4:30 p.m. Now, of course, current radar, today was supposed to be the day with the big storm, right, everybody? Well, it wasn't really a storm, at least not for most folks, just an event. Of course, we saw the event backing into New England, but it was light precip, and really, if the areas that you were looking at weren't favorable from the 500 millibar pattern, then you didn't see much precipitation cranking out. Actually, big surprise was that eastern Massachusetts ended up being one of the favorable areas. Not a big surprise. Most of interior Maine, parts of northern New England, and of course right now, just a few more snow showers backing in from the northeast. Not a big surprise considering that's where our wind is coming from. Current 500 millibar pattern, basically showing you, this is actually great because it shows you exactly where you could look for the heaviest snowfall. Again, interior Maine, interior New England. That's where you saw those blue areas. Those are the values where you're looking at the good chances for snowfall. Surprise, surprise, also around South Shore, Massachusetts. Look at that. Another minimum, vorticity minimum showing up right there. So that means that those are the areas that you were looking at the snowfall. We had snow in Scituate this morning. We had snow in a lot of southeast Mass, accumulating a few inches. Also coastal Essex County, we were looking at some of that snow coming down. Now, I'm going to get to the Wednesday storm in just a few secs, actually. But first, let's talk about basically what's going to be happening for Tuesday. And I think Tuesday should bring a few snow showers and maybe some ocean effect snow, actually, which isn't that rare. Here you can see snow showers up over the mountains, maybe pick up a couple of inches above a few thousand feet, and then maybe a calm ahead of light snow coming into Cape Cod. Ocean effect snow, that's what we were talking about. What you also notice in the southeast corner of your screen, a new storm is developing. That's the Wednesday storm, guys, what we've been talking about for a while. Guess what? It's showing up on the radars already. And let's go over to southeast. And sorry, this is taking a little second. One more jump to see the radar and reflectivities, and there we go. So here you can see, here's the heavy rain coming across. The shield of heavy rain is now forming through Mississippi. We've got thunderstorms in New Orleans, and then I can show you the national view of the WRF, which is the model we've been looking at, also referred to as the NMM. And let's take the precipitation, and let's go up to 24 hours, which is what we were looking at. By the time we get to 24 hours out, the heavy precipitation, instead of coming across New Orleans and Mississippi, we've got it coming into the Florida Panhandle. Snowfall, big question with this storm. I think that at this point, the most likely scenario is that folks in the Smoky Mountains will see some snow out of it through the day on Tuesday. This is the morning hours of Tuesday. I can take you to the afternoon hours. There you see it's moving off the South Carolina coast, but it's going to get hooked north towards New England. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to snow in New England. Not necessarily. So here we were, this is what we were talking about for Wednesday. Again, few snow showers in New England up across the high elevation, but that's where you're really concentrating the storm to our south. And then I can take you out to 48 hours. And the storm's basically getting hooked north towards New England, as we talked about. Now it's getting close to New England, so let's go back to the New England view of things. And there we go, and let's go to 48 hours. Nice, look at that. Look at those red shadings. That's where you've got your heaviest precipitation coming down. And that is actually not in the interior mid-Atlantic. This will be a storm that, this is what we call a mid-Atlantic storm. This will not be an Appalachian storm. I don't think that places like Elkins, Virginia, and places like Pennsylvania we'll see any significant accumulations out of this. Of course, Wednesday storm is what we've been talking about for so long. And, I mean, essentially, at this point, this is what we're going to be talking about for most of this video. It's basically east winds kind of take it offshore at 54 hours. It's 66 hours. Yeah, it's kind of coming up towards New England. This would be early morning hours of Thursday. Again, we've been talking about the Wednesday storm. I actually think this is going to be more of a Thursday storm. Probably a Wednesday night storm as well. That was the NMM. Again, taking it offshore. And I'm going to talk more about the snow showers out in the Appalachians in just a second, because they're a huge factor in our weather, believe it or not. But first I want to show you another solution. The other solution, the GFS. Okay, so let's take a look at the GFS. Also the precipitation plot over the entire United States. And let's see if I can find it. GFS precip. There it is. And let's go out to 72 hours. And let's go out to 60 hours. And there you can see how the GFS, not anything like the NMM, spreading light to moderate at least precip through much of the south coast of New England, even all the way to the Mass New Hampshire border. So again, two very different models. Now, one thing I really do want to show you, also from the NMM, is the theta E. Now, don't worry about what the theta E means. It won't really affect your life in a dramatic way, but it's something I want to show you because it talks a lot about the winds. It talks a lot about wind speeds. Let's go over New England, and let's go to the... see if I can find it here. There it is, and let's go to 72 hours out. Actually, let's go to 60 hours out. So here's the storm offshore, and what you notice here are the wind barbs, again, coming right over the Appalachians. So precipitation, all the precip and advection up there in Canada is getting dragged into the Appalachians. That's why the snow showers are occurring over the mountains. Here's the storm. I explained the snow showers, but the snow showers are also look at the north wind. That's why it's keeping the main storm out to sea, kind of out to sea. It's keeping it out of the Appalachians, but the Mid-Atlantic's into it. However, for New England, we've got a wind that is basically screaming from the east, and it's coming right across New England. This would be essentially breaking up the precipitation for Wednesday. Like the GFS, not delivering a wallop of a storm, to say the least. Probably actually delivering a storm that would bring some precipitation at least. So basically, I like the NMM solution. I like the theta E NMM solution. I don't like the precipitation solution. GFS is probably overdone, and I can back that up by showing you the precipitation, total accumulated precipitation from the GFS, and it shows you that you've got about 4 to 8 inches, I'd say, south of Providence, Mass. I don't think that's going to happen. And then you've even got a few inches all the way to the Mass New Hampshire border. At this point, as of Monday, unfortunately, you say, Nick, why can't you come up with a more accurate scenario? Why don't you know exactly what's going on? We're 2 days away from the event. Well, it's because I just showed you two very different models, and again, the models are not in agreement. But I think at this point, the most accurate kind of assessment of what's going on would probably be for at least some snow coming along the south coast of New England. The heaviest precipitation probably does remain well offshore, maybe a couple of inches. I think there's no doubt that northern New England will certainly miss out from this event. So basically, that's what we're talking about. That's our discussion technically as of Monday afternoon. It'll be interesting to see your thoughts in an email. You can email me at weatherdog2000@gmail.com, and so feel free to drop an email, ask me a question, whatever, and I'd love to talk about the storm. It certainly is going to be an interesting one, considering the fact that we can't get a great idea of what's going on even this far away. Alright, that's it for now. I've gone well over my 5-minute limit. See you guys later. It's Nick for the New England Weather Life.ning.com.